welcome to Wallet Wednesday. Hello, and welcome to the ShakaBruh Show. On today's episode of Crypto 101, we are featuring a show called Wallet Wednesdays, where we will be discussing all types of wallets. If you haven't yet, please click that like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Leave a comment below and tell us about your favorite wallet or one you would like to see on a future episode. But before we begin, before we start, a little disclaimer: I am not a financial advisor. This video is for entertainment purposes and educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. Cryptocurrencies are volatile, and you could lose your entire investment. So invest with caution. The information provided is for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this feed is not intended to be or does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The trading of Bitcoin, alternative cryptocurrencies, or altcoins and NFTs has potential rewards, but it also has potential risks involved. Trading may not be suitable for all people. Anyone wishing to invest should seek his or her own independent financial or professional advice. Only invest what you can afford to lose or be without. You only lose when you sell at a loss, and we will go over strategies, exit strategies, and responsible profit taking on a future episode. And I would like to... how do I do this? Give me 1 second. Why is it not unmuting your mic, Mr. Sunshine?
I got it muted on my side while you're doing your little spiel there.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, I had to give my disclaimer because I have been chosen. I am the chosen one for the wallets today. I have got my all my affiliates approved. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, so I got approved from Trezor this morning, and that was the last one that I needed for now. Just get this going real quick.
There we go.
How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing good. Got some chores done. Nice day at work. I was pretty much in the office by myself all day, which is definitely the way I'd prefer it. Watched a movie, took some pictures, nice easy day.
Hey, that's what's up, man.
And beautiful weather, can't complain.
Yeah, so I have to always be careful now with what I'm saying and give my disclaimer, to protect ourselves. But if you feel any value in this video, you feel free to use my affiliate links below, as I have KYC'd with all of the trusted wallet companies that I am featuring today. Because of increasingly global economy, financial institutions are more vulnerable to illicit criminal activities. KYC, also known as Know Your Customer, standards are designed to protect the financial institutions against fraud, corruption, money laundering, and terrorist financing. KYC involves several steps to establish customer identity, understand the nature of customers' activities, and qualify that source of funds is legitimate. In other words, I'm legit. Buy wallets only from a trusted site with a lock on it on the top left-hand corner of the address bar. I did finish my KYC for each of these trusted wallets below, and still navigating my way through Trezor's site. If you are interested in that Trezor wallet, leave a comment below and I can get you the link. I'm fully prepared, bro.
Nice. Yeah, man, you got everything going on.
I'm trying, so because what's the number one rule in crypto?
Not your keys, not your crypto, man.
Not your keys, not your crypto, and always do your own research.
Yeah, that's that second part too. I think they go hand in hand. Like that is the number one rule: is not your keys, not your crypto. Do your own research.
True that. So tonight we're going to be going over cold storage versus hot storages. So I have a few items. We have Xiaomi Secure Cold Storage Wallet to go over. We have the EliPal Cold Storage Wallet to go over, and a safe way of storing your keys that's fireproof locked and pretty much my favorite way of holding it. I still have to set this one up though. And we also have the Trezor here. I think I charged them all today. I don't know how to even turn it on, but
At least
it's
it's got some
charged.
power. Yeah, you got some power.
Yeah.
You can at least play around with it.
So this is the Xiaomi cold storage that you know about, the first wallet that I did get. That does work very well.
Yeah, it's a nice like travel wallet too, because
Yeah,
like I
credit
have
card.
anti RFID scanning wallet, so you can keep that inside the wallet, and if you're traveling or anything like that, it's a great thing to have with you if you plan on doing it, like using your cryptocurrencies for transactions or turning it into fiat, especially if you're going international. It's a great way to take things in a secure way.
I agree. Yes, definitely. And some of the hot storages that we can go through is like some of the exchanges have their own wallets. Like Crypto.com has their DeFi wallet, Coinbase wallet. Um, MetaMask is I consider a hot wallet because it's connected to the internet.
That's definitely a hot wallet or a web wallet.
Yeah. So those that would be the difference. Cold storage is not connected to the internet and it's stored on this right here. And again, this is separate from your other wallets, and your passphrases are separate as well. And then when you set any wallet up, you never, 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 never want to screenshot it. Never. Take a pad and
Yeah,
pen, write it down. I mean, if you
right.
do
Yeah,
screenshot it, go ahead.
I was gonna say I even write it. I have it written down in two places. So I have one that's kind of set aside a little more hidden that I don't really bother with. I even use that for kind of all my passwords. You know, get a fire safe for $100, keep one in there, and then anything that you're gonna use more often, you kind of have a separate place you can keep that where it's more easily accessible. Because if you lose that, that's it, you know. I mean, luckily
Done.
there's some options to save it in the sense that you can potentially, depending on your wallet, move your cryptocurrencies around or send them out of that wallet to a different wallet without needing any of your passcodes or your seed phrases. But if you do get locked out of a wallet and you don't have your seed phrase, you're pretty much done. That crypto's gone forever. There's no way to get to it.
And when you transfer, lesson learned, when you break a phone or your phone is no longer good, and everything's on your phone, you got to remember and be very careful because when you're trying to transfer over from phone to phone or device to device, um, you might come into some challenges trying to transfer or export and import. Because if one's broken, usually you have to sync the new device with the old device. So sometimes, like, I ran into a challenge where I had my passphrase, but for like there was an option, and it was stuck in limbo because one phone had a cracked screen, which is the one that originally had this Xiaomi wallet on. But luckily, I was able to uninstall, reinstall it, and then go through the pass keys again. And was luckily able to transfer 2.1 million OMI tokens that you can see in the previous video that held mine and Mr. Sunshine's OMI tokens from last year that we held for a while before the migration.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's it's all these little nuances that are going to potentially cause you some of the biggest problems in properly storing your cryptocurrencies. Um, I know a couple people that they've ran into issues like that where they lost their phone. They tried to set up the same wallet on a new phone, and because they didn't have that old phone and they didn't really understand, the ins and outs of setting up wallets and transferring wallets, they're out of quite a bit of money. And there's nothing that they can do. They didn't have their passwords written down, their seed phrases written down, or like you said, screenshot on your phone. I mean, if your phone gets hacked, easy access there, but if you break that phone, now your seed phrase on that phone is also gone. So you're not going to get any of that crypto back.
Because how they'll get it is they'll go for phishing attacks, or they'll hack your iCloud where it's being stored. So if you happen to have it, so double check your iCloud. If it's there, print it out and then delete it forever. Then
Yeah.
if you can't put it in a Ziploc laminate or something and put it away in a safe, or like this, it has this hold your pass keys, and this is made of pneumatic metal, which is supposed to be fireproof.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I think they're based on like a standard house fire, which they have a temperature rating for. Like I know a gun safe has like a level 3 fire rating, so it has a higher temperature that it can withstand. And luckily, a lot of that kind of stuff where it's kept, hopefully, won't break that barrier, and you won't have any issues with that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, never screenshot your passphrase. Try to write it down. Don't be lazy. Um, this is an investment. Like treat it as such. Like
Even beyond that, you are your own security. There is no bank, there is no FDIC insurance, there's nothing like that. So you need to take all of that into your own hands and take it very seriously. Um,
yeah, I concur. Like you are the bank. Like
yeah, you
I,
are
I
your
work.
bank. So you are
Yeah,
your safety. You are your security.
yeah,
So
and never share your passphrases with anybody. That's a big no-no. I mean, maybe with your spouse or significant other if you fully trust them. That
even in that sense, I would say they should be aware of where that information is, just in case anything does happen to you, or for whatever reason they may need to access it. But I wouldn't even share it. I would just say, hey, this is where, like, my ex wanted all my crypto wallet pass seed phrases and passkeys. Because I was quote unquote missing for a day, when really I
yeah,
just got
I remember you.
smoked out. And
Yeah, she blew up my phone.
yeah, dude, I just got smoked out at a buddy's house, and we both passed out on his couch. Woke up, both our girlfriends, like, yo, what the hell? Where you at? And she was like going through all my shit, trying to find all my passwords for my crypto wallets. And then she wanted them, and I was like, well, you know where they are. You don't need them. Like
Yeah,
they're available in an emergency situation, but if she doesn't, she would. There's no need for them to have access, because that's just another point of failure, and you just
yes,
want as little points of failure as possible.
yeah. So what I did is mine's written in a book somewhere, and you still have to decipher it somehow. Through my um, I don't know what you want to call it. How I hid it. It's
Your own
still it's
your own cipher.
my own cryptic message, which will eventually become riddles and things of that nature. Another thing is don't click on any links from strangers or even people because somebody could have sent you something and it could be a phishing attack.
And
Never
they don't
click on,
know.
and they don't know, or even like those Facebook or social media things is like,
Oh, those are the worst, man.
yeah,
Those are the worst. I mean, in general, it's important just to know the links you will be using for different apps that you're going to be accessing, whether it's something simple like an exchange like Uniswap, PancakeSwap, or something like that, or like we're in Drip in the animal farm. So I go to their website in the beginning and I look at their URL, and that way anytime I'm accessing a URL, I can see and I know exactly what it is. Or like Telegram links. We're in a lot of different groups that share different Telegram links for AMAs or new projects, and even just understanding a basic Telegram link and how it should look, you can potentially prevent a huge issue just by doing a couple minutes research. And at the same time, I even have a different phone that I use when I'm doing kind of any kind of research into new projects, so that just off on the off chance that I do, and none of my wallets are connected to it, I'll even just use, the Safari browser, so I can't hook my wallet up to it, but I could at least do my research, check out the website, check their white paper, go to their Telegram, and then if everything checks out and I do decide I want to get invested in it, then I go to my other phone that has my hot wallet on it that I would then use to access it, connect my wallet, because there's so many more points of failure, when you're just kind of researching and you're maybe even not thinking about it. You're just, oh, this is looks like a cool project. Check out the website, click connect your wallet. Now your wallet's drained. It can be
True.
that simple, that quick.
And that's the purpose of these videos that we're going to create called Crypto 101, is to inform and educate, because I feel there's a void there. And being in the crypto space, I consider myself an ambassador to my friends, trying to get them involved and invest, just investing in crypto and NFTs. And by doing that, repeating myself over and over again, it gets very tiring. So I wanted to create something with you and with other people to where we have a reference to where, hey, check out my channel, click on the video, whatever it is you need to know about, it's right there. We've already recorded it. Eventually, I'll have timestamps in between so they can fast forward to the sections they want. And just, the more education that's out there, the safer the place will be.
Yeah, and another thing that I just thought about is when you are using, I mean, ideally, if you have no intention of doing anything with a certain cryptocurrency, say 2 to 4 weeks out, just spend a little bit of gas fee and move it to a cold storage wallet. You know it's safe. You know nothing's going to happen to it, or at least it's the most secure. There's always kind of a black swan event or something like that. But when you are using hot wallets or mobile wallets or web-based wallets, disconnect them once you're done interacting with that contract or that exchange
Yeah.
or that swap. Once you do what you're going to do, just disconnect your wallet. Because even that alone, leaving your wallet linked to anything, any smart contract, any protocol, any project, that just another point of failure that gives people access, easier access, quicker access, and you wouldn't even know. There's not like a notification that's going to happen. So just disconnect whenever you're done,
Yeah.
and only connect when you're going to actually do something with that
Yeah.
contract. So just something that popped into my head.
Yeah, no, I agree. And don't just close the window. Make sure you
Yeah.
disconnect and log out. Like,
Yeah.
make sure, and like I said, don't, number one, never click anything on a WhatsApp on my comments
No.
or anything or anybody else's comments. Nobody will DM you first. Like, nobody's gonna WhatsApp you, like, never, ever, ever click on a WhatsApp. That's one of the main ones. Um, yeah, so there's a lot of fishy scams out there on YouTube, Discord, and Telegram. So he already went over my next point, which was use a separate device for foreseeable transactions. Try to use a different computer. Uh, VB, Vitalin Buteric. He uses a whole separate computer, and then on
Yeah.
top of that, like, he has like multiple people. It's what is it called? Like, he has multiple people with. You got to call, and then you got to
Yeah,
add
they
numbers.
have, yeah, they each have parts of his private keys or his seed phrases that he needed. So in order to get it, he had to call, I guess, one of his friends, and then he had to call his mom, to get two numbers to like multiply, add, or whatever his process was, put those together to actually get his final actual seed phrase. Um, and yeah,
Because
I
he
was
carry
actually
it.
looking there. They're actually coming out now with, like, Xiaomi has a Xiaomi Air laptop that is kind of actually designed to be, I wouldn't say a full cold storage wallet, but it's designed to be used with crypto wallets and cold storage wallets, hot wallets, and stuff like that. Has kind of extra additional security points like a fingerprint scanner that you would normally see on an iPhone or or a MacBook that you would actually need. And it's not like it's a password, like a password database access. It's actually built in to use for your crypto wallets. So that kind of technology is I mean, Asus has one, Huawei has one. So if you're, I mean, once you hit, I'd even say like $1,000, um, your next move should be some type of cold storage. That's, you
Yeah.
know, that it's less than $200, and that's literally the next step. You
Yeah.
know,
So
it's
there's
like
three ways. There's three ways to hold your money: on the exchange, on the exchange's wallet, and then your cold storage.
yeah,
So that's the three tier levels. So the bottom tier would be leaving it on exchange. You never want to leave your crypto on an exchange because exchanges get hacked, and that'll be the next episode that I have already lined up. Exchanges and scan, hacks and whatnot. So the second tier would be the wallet, the hot wallets that are on the internet, and then like he said, once you pass 1,000, if you're over 100, get off of the exchange, put it in a hot wallet. If you're over 1,000, I mean, if you can get it immediately. Like that's what this
yeah.
video is for. Like use
Like
the link, you'll get a discount.
I bought a motorcycle helmet before I bought a motorcycle. So putting it that way, like if you only have a couple $100, it may not seem like the best way to invest your money. At the same time, like I usually tell people when I get them into like stocks, crypto, any kind of investment like that, the first thing I tell them is, download this app and put $100 in it. Don't buy anything with it. And every week, depending on the person, put $20 in it, put $100 in it, whatever that person, maybe it's 500 if they got money and they're really looking to dive in. And I'm like, just for the first 2 weeks to a month, just put money in and don't do anything with it. Just get in the habit of putting money aside and not touching it. And in crypto, if I recommend Coinbase. I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about Coinbase, or crypto.com is another one that I like. They're great, to a way to dip your toes in it. They have, built-in hot wallets. Now, crypto.com has their own DeFi wallet. Coinbase also kind of has a couple different products that they do there. But you make $20 and then you get hacked, or you get a phishing scam, or if it's on an exchange and the exchange gets hacked, you're not getting anything back.
Nope,
So
because it's not insured by the FDIC.
no, I mean,
So
what was like, I know Hotbit. I mean, Hotbit's been hacked numerous times, and very seldom are they able to actually recoup any funds.
no, they
Even
just recently arrested the two people that were involved with the Mt. Gox, which was the biggest first one.
Yeah, that was. I mean, at the time it wasn't that much money, but now down the
Yeah,
road you're talking billions of dollars.
correct.
Um, and getting crypto back is not an easy feat. I
No,
know even in some cases exchanges, like police want access to certain things, and the exchange says no. I know Binance is one that has been going through it, where there was some kind of hack, not Binance US, because that's just basically an exchange, but outside of the US, Binance has a whole platform, sort of like KuCoin, where they offer derivatives trading. They have an actual wallet you can stake. There's a whole different line of products that they offer, and there was a hack, and the police, the task force, whoever's been investigating it, trying to get that money back, they've been asking, hey, we want access to this, and they've been saying no. But at the same time, there
they've been
can come a
proactive.
point. They've been proactive, but the police, the task force, whoever's, they could kind of assert dominance and say, hey, if you don't give us this access, we're going to shut you down.
Shut you down. Yeah.
So there
Yeah.
is a point where like not your keys, not your crypto, even for a big exchange like Binance, it can get to a point of where they're like, well, we don't have a choice. Either we cooperate or we get shut down, and then you lose your crypto anyways because you can't get it off whatever you have it on,
Well, Binance has
on
been
their end.
proactive, and they've been working on that hack, and they have recovered some of the funds.
Yeah, I think they got like 2 or 3 million back.
Yeah.
Um, and it is blockchain, so everything is, the history of the blockchain is there where all the currency has been, but it's a luck of a draw if you're ever going to you shouldn't ever bet on getting your money back. Just like, someone steals cash from you, you're not getting that cash back. You can't, even if you wrote your name on it, knew the serial numbers, and 6 months later you're at the store and you see some stranger counting money and he has your money, you can't go up to him and say, hey, that was my money that was stolen 6 months ago and I want it back. It just doesn't work like that.
I agree. Which brings me to our next point is when you do use these hot storages and exchanges, make sure your apps are and your apps on your computer, on your phone, your laptop, whatever it is, make sure they're updated regularly. Check regularly, check daily if you have to, because once the app is outdated, it leaves it vulnerable to hacking. There's exploits.
Yeah, much, much, much more than everything up to date and device wise. Like I would never recommend using an iPhone 8 to do anything with because the longer something is out, the more vulnerable it becomes. And as they stop producing updates, it just is increasing the vulnerability because that's, you know, hackers are looking for easy points of failure. And the more outdated your device is and your apps, the easier it is for them to find those points of failure and to exploit them.
Yeah, I had a friend who wallet was outdated that got exploited for quite a bit of Shiba Inu.
Oh yeah, who was that?
This one guy that, real good guy, real good friend of mine that, invested real early in Shiba Inu with me. We don't like to drop names or anything. But
Yeah, but I
yeah,
know that guy.
see, we both know the guy,
Yeah.
and like we want to tell our story of, you know, our mistakes or what we've learned or what we've been through so you don't have to go through them and make the same mistakes we did. We're trying to protect you, like, and educate. So that's all this is
Yeah.
education and entertainment. So the next point I want to bring up is if you see tokens in your wallet you didn't purchase, don't touch it, don't sell it, don't anything it. Just leave it
Nothing.
alone. Start another wallet.
It's
It's a dust
yeah, it's a
attack.
landmine.
Yeah. So if you do try to sell it, I mean, it looks like you have $1 million. You don't have $1 million. Like what they're doing is they're trying to get you to sell it, and what happens is it wipes all your stuff out. So, like he said,
Yeah.
everything's on the blockchain. So they're looking for people with big bags, and then they're setting these tokens that are, in the contract. If you try to sell it, it wipes you out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and that's
speaking of, no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say with hot storage wallets, you can create an infinite amount of hot storage wallets. And there's no limit. So if anything potentially compromises your wallet, especially like I know one time I was on Facebook going through crypto groups and they're notorious for if you comment, say, hey, like, tell me a little more about this project. You're going to get 10 people saying, my life was terrible until I met Dr. Joseph Feinstein and he showed me how to invest. And there's a link, and I accidentally, like, just scrolling through, clicked one of those links. The first thing I did was I went to the hot storage wallet that was on my phone, created a new one, and just migrated everything over to a different wallet.
Yeah, no,
Like took 15 minutes max. So if
if
there
you
ever
if
is an issue, random coins sent to your wallet, and I know like even my crypto.com wallet, I have a
right
couple
here,
random coins. What do you
random
got there?
coin,
Oh,
AB
the
Shiba.
AB Shiba. I remember when that one
Yeah,
came out. That got a lot of people.
yeah.
That
So
was
I
a
guess
bad
they
one.
Yeah, they tracked my wallet. I had hid like it was I had bought 11 trillion Saitama, and I had moved that to my I took it out of my MetaMask and put it in my Coinbase wallet until I could get a cold storage. and I guess they tracked it through the blockchain because they're looking who got in early and who had big bags, and they had sent me the AV Shiba, and this is my story, like this is me, so this happened to me, so I'm trying to share this. I panicked. I didn't know what the hell to do. And well, good thing is, I mean, it's down now, and I sold at a good time, and I should have sold when it was an all-time high, but
Yep.
I didn't. Another rule, quick rule, is if you're taking screenshots, you should be cashing out.
Oh yeah. And you shouldn't even be
On the
taking
green.
screenshots.
Yeah, you
Shouldn't
shouldn't
be
be
doing
taking.
that.
Yeah, so like this happened to us. So we're just sharing our experiences. So if you see tokens, don't click them, don't sell them. Um, you you gotta be diligent because you will have multiple wallets because um, certain wallets, offer different things. So you have to. That's why I have 3 cold storages right now. I'm working with Ledger to send me a package. They sent me their sales thing. We'll go over that later. But I'm working with Trezor and Ledger right now to send me some samples to try. And we're going to go over another thing. This Trezor here, the reason why I'm not using it, and it's right here, is because don't buy wallets from Amazon or eBay or any other site unless it's a registered site, like from my affiliate link, because I KYC'd, or it has the little lock up above the address bar. You'll see on the left hand side of your HTTPS or whatever.com. There'll be a little lock, which is the what is it called? I wish Dr. Greenbeer was here. It's the is it the ISS or it's the Internet Security System, whatever. So that means that the site is legit and it's protected. It's a safe
Yeah.
site.
I
Yeah.
believe most of those, most wallet companies will also have a serial number that comes with it that you can go to their website and verify that they made it.
Yes.
So that's definitely something to oh, you suck. Something to keep in mind when you're buying any cold storage wallet, to buy it from their site and verify before using it on their website that it is legit and everything checks out. Because that's just they can come preloaded with malware, with a keylogger, with a mess of different kind of issues that are just going to leave you open to getting hacked and whatever, losing anything that you had onto it.
Yeah. And
Another
then
thing with some hot storage wallets, not all hot storage wallets, but some of them, use your 2FA. Set up your 2FA. Set up the whatever you choose as your two factors of authentication. But I highly recommend using an app like Authy, where it's going to generate a new code every 30 seconds. And anytime you move your crypto or make a purchase or sell, you're going to have to verify through that security app on the exchange. So
yeah.
just
It may
another
seem
level of security.
it may seem like an annoyance, but it's for your own protection. Um, there's 2FA, MFAs, which is a multi-factor authentication. Google offers a 2FA as well. What that is this
Yes.
like when you on the back of your credit card, those 3 digits? That's a form of 2FA. When they ask you for what zip code is affiliated with your debit card, is a 2FA. Your PIN is a 2FA. Those are all 2FAs. So it's just a
And then yeah, and if you want to even take it to another level after you decide it's time, whether you have that much money involved, whether you want to be that safe, you could even do a multi-sig wallet, which
yeah.
is beyond 2FA, which is two keys, two private keys that both need to be verified to access your crypto. And that could even be, there's, I can't remember the company right now, but they use triple signature, where you have one, your wallet has one, and then they have an additional third signature or third private key that you need to make any kind of movement between that wallet.
Yeah, or sometimes they'll email you a passcode, they'll text you a passcode, and then
Yeah.
you have the 2FA on top of that. So that's like 3 different ones for like some of my transactions. I make it like a 3-way. I like 3
Yeah.
ways. So
Hey man, the more the merrier
you're
with
right.
passwords and a lot of other things.
The more safety measures, the merrier.
Yeah,
Like it's
absolutely.
sex. You want to be protected sex. Plus, you want to get tested. Plus, you want to know your partner. 3
Yeah.
ways.
There's
You
and
know.
there's and there's nothing like a lot of people think that's overkill. That should be a standard. Like a cold storage wallet, that should be standard. Granted, maybe you're not there yet. Maybe you're gonna do $5 a week worth of Bitcoin. You probably, like I said, I think Coinbase for a lot of things, especially first getting into the space, is totally fine. It's very intuitive. It's very user friendly. They do great at explaining a lot of different aspects. And they're a huge, massive, publicly traded company. So they do have really good security. But Coinbase doesn't offer a lot of things that you're going to seek out after you start understanding the crypto space. You're going to need a hot storage wallet. You're going to need a cold storage wallet. You're going to be using multiple exchanges. You're going to be interacting with multiple smart contracts. If you get into the DeFi space, it's even a whole nother level beyond that. Um, so it should be it's going to become a standard in your life of multi-sig, 2FA, cold storage. Like that's going to be your base. That's
Yeah.
your fortress of security because you are your bank, not your keys, not your crypto. Do your own research.
Yeah, I got started with Coinbase back in the day. That was one of my first exchanges that I used while I was here in Las Vegas because it's not accessible in Hawaii. If you don't have a Coinbase account, down below will be a link to my affiliate link for Coinbase. If you sign up, I think you get $10. And if you do get a Coinbase account, they have a program. I mean, not programs, but they have things on there that teach you a little bit about crypto. And while you're learning about it, you earn that crypto as well. It might be
Yeah,
small, 2, 3.
I think total, if you started from when in the beginning of that program, you got about $85 worth of different cryptocurrencies.
Oh yeah, I got a bunch. I'm
So
gonna go back on and start learning them more, and that way I can learn about new projects that I can promote here on. Well, not promote, but discuss and um, go over, not promote. Excuse me.
yeah, I mean, the way that I can kind of describe the crypto space is like the medical fields in the 1930s. There is so much room for this space to grow. There are so many different aspects that we haven't even reached yet. There's so much room for this technology to advance. There's so many different applications and utilities to use all these projects. So it's still the space is not even. I mean, if you really want to go back to the beginning of crypto, um, I think it's the mid late 70s was kind of the first paper on um, the beginnings of digital blockchain technology or crypto assets and digital cipher. But Bitcoin's only 10 years old. There's been other digital projects, but nothing like Bitcoin, and that's only 10 years old. So the fact that it's still so early. Um, Even some of the biggest alternative coins, or I don't know, I don't like altcoins anymore because there's like 15,000 altcoins.
And new ones coming, hundreds coming out every fucking
But
day, being rubbed.
like ETH, BNB, Kronos,
The majors.
um, yeah, they're all like these major layer ones that they're not going anywhere anytime soon. Most of them, most of the major layer one altcoins, um, they're still minting coins. Like they haven't even reached max supply yet.
Yeah.
Um, so
And speaking of Coinbase, I got some alpha today that drip and Coinbase. That's all I'm gonna say.
ooh, that could be interesting. I know
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of whispers around the space when it's not FUD of some really juicy information that just seems to get overlooked. Um, like Forex has been talking about a lending protocol for a while, and
Peer-to-peer lending.
yeah. So you can collateralize your drip and lend it out and make interest on it and to have that pay your loan back. Um, which, if you know anything about DeFi space, is probably, or just crypto in general, like that lending aspect is a great way to get passive income. I know Celsius is like one of the major players in the game right now, and I think Liquidity is another one where you can collateralize. I think the minimum is like 150% of what your intended loan is. So if you want to take out a just $100,000 loan, you have to deposit, I think, 250,000 worth of Bitcoin, but it pays an interest on what you have collateralized. So you can take that money out just like you collateralize a stock, like Elon Musk to buy Twitter. He put up $9 billion worth of his Tesla stock to get a $36 billion loan.
Fucking
And
beautiful.
it's no taxes because there's no tax on debt, and that's all debt. And he'll pay it back slowly over time, and at the same time make money on. Hopefully, he makes money on his investment. Be really, really unfortunate if he spent almost $50 billion buying Twitter and then runs it into the ground. And if Tesla goes down far enough, he's going to get a margin call, and they will forcibly sell your whatever asset you collateralized. So
Yeah.
in his case, they will sell his Tesla stock that he gave them to pay off enough
His
of
debt.
his debt where he meets their margin requirements, which I think is 60. No, I think it's 40%. So in with your Bitcoin, if Bitcoin went down, what would it be? Went down 60%, they would start liquefying your Bitcoin to meet their margin requirements. But I know I think it was through Celsius, you can collateralize up to like 280%. You don't get the best return on your investment, but it is the most secure without having to worry about a margin call. And you could always deposit more collateral so that you don't get margin called. But that's, I think, for most people down the road.
Speaking of,
The 101 Wallet Wednesday show.
we're
We're getting into
a little deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but speaking of, Bitcoin's up a little bit. We might be in a reversal here. I mean, I think it's looking pretty nice today after the Fed rate hike today.
I was gonna say, because I had some options that I was playing around with.
Yeah, because they raised the rate hike again to try
well,
to slow down the
they
housing.
didn't raise it as high as, so the market bakes in.
What's
This chart is
0.75 to
looking
1% higher.
Yeah, point 0.5 base or 50 basis points. People
today.
were, what's that?
I read up to 100.
So so today was a hike. They announced a hike.
Yeah,
And then
it's supposed to be between points.
No, they said they wouldn't. The Fed said that they would not. They have no intention of rate hikes of 100 basis points.
Oh, I must have misread that.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm looking at the BTC market cap chart here, and we are right on some EMAs, and I mean, you got to still consider like what goes up is going to come down at a similar rate, and a lot of people bought Bitcoin for under $3,000. So you're going to take profits. Like, why wouldn't you? That's.
And maybe they need it now because of what's going on in the world, and they got in early. Like,
There's definitely a lot of uncertainty.
Yeah, and that's going to be on futures episodes, which will be taking profits responsibly.
Yeah.
But it's not financial advice. It's just what we like to do. But getting back at it, try not to store on exchanges. They get hacked from time to time. Again, not your keys, not your crypto. Episode 2 will feature exchanges and scams. If something looks too good to be true, it probably is. example is send us a blah 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 coin, and then we can 100x. I had a friend that clicked the YouTube video and then called me and said, "Hey, I found this thing. We could double our money." And I was like, "No, don't click anything." And it was too late. And he sent his money, and it was gone.
Yeah, it's yeah. When you want to talk, I mean, even some of them that I've seen that are a little more sophisticated run like a Ponzi scheme where they're saying, "Hey, send us money and we're going to guarantee this return in 2 weeks." And you send them $1,000 worth of whatever coin. The next day they send you 200 back. The next day they send you 100 back. The next day they send you 50 back. And by that time you've already told 10 of your friends, look, I gave them 1,000. They already gave me 200 back. They're going to keep giving me 200 back, and I'm going to double my money in 2 weeks. And then by that time it's too late.
But there is one proven protocol that is in DeFi that is the safest place to put your money because it's already been out for a year, and we'll go over that in another video. But kind of like what you sound like you're explaining, but it's not because it is.
Well, so what they're doing is you send me the 1,000, I send you the 200 back. You tell 3 of your friends, they all send me 1,000, and I use their money to send you money back, and I do that down the chain.
Yeah.
That's an actual Ponzi scheme.
Yes.
Not paying through an actual protocol, smart contract with taxes, utility.
Yes.
Yeah, that's DeFi is a whole different space. And I think something in general with Bitcoin, with altcoins, with any DeFi project, with anything in the crypto space, you need to continue to grow your user base, just like the fiat Ponzi scheme. You need to continue to grow your user base until you hit a certain point. And even Bitcoin is not there yet. Bitcoin won't be there until we start hitting $1 million of Bitcoin. Then the volatility is going to go down because there's going to be so much value there that a couple whales can't come in, smoke the price, get everybody to sell because they're afraid it's going to go to zero or it's never going to bounce back, then scoop in at the bottom and start grabbing everything up that you sold and all the other retailers sold, and then do it again. They just wait, they accumulate, they start drying up the liquidity, starts driving price up, and then they start dumping on the top. And that's just the nature of immature markets. That is not a Ponzi scheme. That is not a rug pull. That is an immature market. That's just the nature of greed. Fear and greed is what drives markets, not logic, not rationale. Fear and greed. That is
and the next thing is some of the cold and hot storage wallets or the exchange wallets allow staking, which allows you to earn dividends or interest.
Yeah, I would call them rewards. I think would
Rewards.
be probably one of the better terms in general. But I mean something like Cardano, which is proof of stake, pays out rewards for staking in Cardano. Or you have exchanges, or not exchanges, you have protocols like Chainlink, where in order to transact with any Chainlink based protocol, you need to pay in Chainlink. So that kind of gives a utility their own token that helps solidify the projects that they're building on whatever blockchain it is they're building on. It's used as gas fee. With proof of stake, you're helping secure the network, just as like anybody who's mining Bitcoin and running a node, they're helping solidify, support, and grow whatever blockchain they're built on or whatever you're operating on. Oh, we're in the matrix.
Yeah. So we're gonna go over real quick some of these websites. SecureWallet.shop, which is the Xiaomi wallet, which is the one I have here that I like very much. The EliPal, I haven't set this up yet. Still going through it. It comes with a nice little dock here.
Oh, wow.
That I like. You can dock it to charge it. I have to set this one up. I haven't set it up yet. This is the one I'm going to be I'm going to be setting up multiple wallets for multiple reasons. So the EliPal website is elipal.com. Down below is my affiliate link, but this is what they call an air gap cold wallet. Now, air gap cold wallet can never be connected to the internet. The cold wallet is fully protected from unauthorized access, cyber attacks, and every other vulnerability that comes with connecting to the internet. Cold wallet is the highest security type of crypto wallet, which means the owner of the wallet has full control of their private keys. So this is not connected through cellular, USB, Wi-Fi, NFC, or Bluetooth.
Interesting.
Yeah. So this supports over 10,000 tokens, and then they are going to be well, I'm having a brain fart. Have NFTs pretty soon as well that you could store on them. I have the safe that holds my passphrase here. That's fireproof, and they also have another device that I like. It's their own mnemonic generator, which gives you a phrase to log on.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, this wallet has really got my attention. I really like it a lot. I'm going to dabble with this a lot more. I am excited also for the other wallet. This is the Trezor here. The link will be, just hit me up for that link. I don't have it right this very second, but I'm excited for to try out some of these ledgers as well. It's one of the biggest, most used wallets, I believe.
Yeah, Ledger is definitely one of the
Yep.
top in the space.
Yeah, it's trusted by 4 million customers, recommended by Forbes, TechCrunch, and Bloomberg.
I was like, Bloom.
Yeah, so this is what it looks like here. There's a Ledger Nano, Ledger Nano S. Here we go, the X and the S. You can buy bundle packages. I try to get this one, but when I try to purchase it with crypto, I had some kind of problem because I was in Hawaii. So it explains what a hardware wallet is. Let me go back real quick over here to the EliPal. And so loved by the community, CoinMarketCap, Bitcoin.com, and hardwarewallets.net. Binance, Changely, OpenSea, Uniswap, SimpleX, CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, Swift, AAVE, Compound, Coin Payments, Wallet Connect. This is like the EliPal and the Ledger to me are the top two.
Yeah, I'm looking at getting an EliPal.
Is it because of this video? Or have you already looked into it?
I've already looked into it. I really like the development of their product. I like the way it looks. Just out of all of the cold storage wallets that I've been looking at to upgrade to, the EliPal looks like one of the coolest and one of the most kind of unique cold storage wallets that I think is on the market right now.
No, I totally agree.
Plus everything, that looking forward that they're going to offer. I definitely,
yeah,
I mean, I'd like to have one kind of more home-based cold storage wallet, and then I'll have a ledger for traveling. So like when I went to Mexico, I wanted to bring my crypto with me because why not? Use my crypto in Mexico versus any of my American bank accounts or credit cards or anything like that. Just use it with my crypto.com account, sell it, load it onto my crypto.com debit card, and use that. A lot of places that I was going to were cash only, so I had no choice but to actually withdraw money. And in terms of fees and security, the crypto.com card is the best option that I had.
Oh yeah. I like these are my top four that I like. Out of the four, the Trezor seems like if you dropped it or if you got ran over, you're pretty much screwed. The secure wallet, I like it. Credit card, I've had it in my my wallet for a while just to see the durability of it, and it's held up because I beat my stuff up. The EliPal, I like it. The only thing that scares me is the digital LCD screen. But I mean, that's just like that's for your desk. Like that's just there, like in a
That's
safe.
why I
Like if
want it. It's, put it in my safe, and it's not something I'm going to be playing around with. It's going to be holding all my long-term crypto assets that I have no intention on selling in the next 6 months or ever, you
yeah.
know.
And the ledger looks like a USB, which is all of them are all inconspicuous. They look like a USB or a credit card or a phone. That's the other thing is you can't carry bars of gold with you. Like you can carry these little wallets. You could have multiple wallets. You could try them out.
Well, let
Price
me tell
range
you,
is
you can. I was carrying like 30 ounces of silver on me at one point just because I
I
had
like
no other
carrying gold.
choice. Yeah, it's not fun to have silver bars in your pocket, and it was only at the time like $800 or $900 worth of silver. It's heavy. It's hard to exchange. You can't go to Walmart and say, "Hey, I got 10-ounce silver bar. Can I buy a TV?" Doesn't work that way.
No,
Crypto, you can sell it, withdraw from an ATM, put it on a card, spend it within 10 minutes.
yeah, I consider like precious metals more of a store of value.
I think they're a good store of value, but that's pretty much it. And even store of value, they don't do the best job of it.
No,
And at least
no.
now. They did for the past 5,000 years. It was a great way. I wouldn't even say it was a great way to store value. It was a great way to store energy, like your work energy. If you worked, which I guess, preserve value. We'll put it that way. It was a great way to preserve value. I think a house was a better way to store value,
Not anymore.
but not any. I mean, I was actually listening today that 63% of all commercial or multifamily homes are owned by institutional investors.
BlackRock.
BlackRock is one of the biggest. Um,
Yeah,
they own up to up to the tune of about $70 billion
yeah.
worth
They're just cleaning
of
real estate.
residential real
Real
estate.
estate.
Not
Yeah,
commercial, residential, people's
yeah,
houses.
yeah.
And that's a really scary thing because if BlackRock goes downhill and they need to sell off assets, first place they're going to go to sell off assets is real estate.
Yep.
Same with
I can't
all
wait. I'm waiting for it.
I mean, I think it's going to be a little longer than we all expect, but I
Well,
think it's
I'll
going to
have another
hit
one
10
by then.
times
Yeah.
harder than we all expect.
Oh yeah, and I'll be ready for that too.
So, and
But
then
these
one
wallets,
other thing that I just
yeah.
want to um, touch upon for Crypto 101 Wallet Wednesdays, especially for Hot Storage Wallet, is your password. Do not use any password for any other account. Make it unique. Make it a minimum of 12 unique characters, including dashes, scores, special characters like money sign, at sign, hashtag,
Uppercase, lowercase.
slashes, uppercase, lowercase. What I like to do is I have a notebook, and every 3 to 6 months, depending on what that password is used for, is I go and I write a new password underneath, and I just spend usually about 2 or 3 hours on the weekend, and I just throw on a movie, and I go through and I just change all my passwords. They are all randomly generated, not through a program or not online. I randomly generate them in my head and just start picking letters and numbers and special characters. And then once my password is generated, I go back and I will annotate what is going to be capitalized.
Hmm.
Don't use words, don't use names, don't use cities. Like, there should be nothing that can be actually phonetically read or said out loud. Don't use James Bond 101. Not a good
Unless you
password.
unless you speak in Klingon.
If you know Klingon, more power to you, and you could probably write out a fancy word that no one would ever actually guess. But the strength of that password is important. Minimum 12 characters, and there's even a couple different apps that I've tried to use, I've tried to set up, and because they wouldn't let me use special characters, I didn't use it. It's not worth it to me, because the information that is collected on those apps, like your birthday, your email address, your geotagged locations, there's so much information that can be sourced from all these different apps. Even something simple like Acorns, or what was another one I was looking at?
Well, that's how they get you on those phishing scams, because they're making you fill in information that are actually the passphrase. Those questions they ask you when you lose your password.
Yeah, where were you born? What's your mother's
Favorite
maiden
place
name?
on vacation.
Yeah, so even for those,
First pet's name.
I don't use what the question is. I write down what the question is on in my notebook. I am like, all right, this is, my Fold app, because the Fold card is actually pretty
Oh,
dope.
speaking of,
Free sats.
Yep.
So for that, if they
down
ask me
below.
those 3 questions, I write the question down, and then I just generate a random password for that. I don't say my favorite place to vacation is Oaxaca, Mexico. No, it's a random password, just like anything else I would use, because that's secure information. And if that does get hacked, and they have a profile on me, nice. I think I did mine earlier today, and I got 100 sats.
I haven't
off
been
Fold.
doing it for months, bro.
I've been pretty good about it. I do it at least like 3 or 4 times a week. But for Fold, you got to do it for the week and get the 250 bonus sats, man. That's key.
The problem was, when I was off grid, I couldn't get the card, so now I'm being KYC'd for this. So I'm just waiting.
I was in line, my time came, and it would have cost me like $50 a year to get their card. And I'm like, that makes no sense to me. Like, I'm not going to pay for a card that's supposed to save me money. So I ended up saying, no, I'm not going to do it. But you don't need the card to get the benefits of using the app and getting sats back.
Yeah. So I'm just waiting to see what they say. Let's go over exchanges real quick. The top ones that I like are Gemini, Coinbase, Crypto.com. Look at that. Where are we at? 39.
Yeah, 39.75.
That we're still staying there.
I mean, it's that daily chart does not look bad at all, but I tell you what, I've been saying it for a while now, but that weekly chart, that's what I focus on, because of how crypto's 24 hours 365, whereas the stock market, which is only open 6 hours a day, 5 days a week, not holidays and all that kind of shit. So in terms of price action and movement, it's much easier to make, I would say, to anticipate potential movements by looking at the weekly chart of Bitcoin. And the weekly chart of Bitcoin, it looks, I mean, if you haven't been buying, I would definitely look at buying $5 a day, $5 a week, whatever you can afford. That doesn't matter. That you will hold forever, because crypto is the future, in my opinion, and Bitcoin is going to be the base. Bitcoin's going to be the base for the future monetary system. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, that weekly chart, that's what I like.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're getting close to a reversal pretty soon.
I mean, I've been saying, I have my cursor June 21st. That's where my cursor is. I've been saying it since last November, last December, or this recent.
I said it would be earlier. I was wrong. I admit that. But we're almost there. Look, we're climbing right now. It looks like it just went up.
I mean, here's one thing I'll say, especially when I'm looking at the weekly chart. The pattern that I see is expanding volatility. I see the megaphone forming, and megaphones, to me, especially when they're not on it's not a bear flag or a bear pennant, which, I mean, I guess it did look like it was forming a bear pennant for a while, but now, we went through another up down, and to me, it looks like a megaphone, and you make money off volatility. That's where you make money. You don't make money on something that's flat.
Yeah, no, but yeah, I think if we can hit that 40 mark and stay above 40 without dipping down for more than a week is when we'll see that reversal.
I mean, it's been flirting with these lower moving averages for a little bit, but it also the shorter ones are starting to curl a bit. I know that 20-week moving average starting to curl, starting to flatten out. The 200 and the 100, they're a little harder to gauge. But the ones I have, like the 18, the 20, the 22, the 50, they're starting to curl flat. I said it before too. I was like, we're gonna see it's just gonna be choppy. It's just gonna be choppy for a while, and everybody's gonna get bored. Even now, the crypto space has been quieting down. The Moon Boys have went back into, I don't know, their mom and dad's house to live off their little trust fund accounts because they don't have patience and they don't understand a lot. They just
Yep.
want those big green candles, and that's fine and dandy and all, but you accumulate while it's low and while it's red, and unless you're day trading, every time it looks like a bottom, every time it sells off 7-8%, that's when you should be buying.
This is when you should be buying during the bear market. This is when the transfer of wealth happens.
Yeah. Millionaires are made in a bull market, billionaires are made in a bear market.
There you go. You heard it from the man himself, Mr. Sunshine. Let's see. So I'm thinking next week, Wednesday, will be White Paper Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. Love it.
Yeah, so maybe go over the Satoshi white paper, which would be Crypto 101. My first thing, if somebody's getting into crypto, you should be reading the Bitcoin white paper. That's Satoshi Nakamoto. Maybe we'll go over some Satoshi Nakamoto history.
I think we could hit upon some key points in terms of what Satoshi did, the vision that was kind of instilled, maybe some of the emails that were sent, including
Bitcoin
his
Pizza
last
Day.
email, Pizza Day.
The collectives and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
I think that's a good episode to do.
Yeah, so we'll do because that, to me, that's the first thing. We want to teach people wallets. We want to teach people, I mean, not teach, but just share information about,
Yeah.
like, I want to get into crypto. What do I need to do? Well, you need to get a cold storage wallet. You need to get a hot wallet, right? And then you need to read the white paper. You need to know what a white paper is. We can go over that. And
things to look for, red flags, green flags, all that kind of stuff. I think it's white papers. I don't know. There are some projects. No, not really. Most projects do have or will have a white paper. If they're older than a month or two, they should have a white paper.
Well, we'll go over that whole
yeah.
how to research things
yeah.
as well.
Research white paper.
Research white paper, Bitcoin, Satoshi.
Sounds like one hell of an episode.
All right, I'm looking excited for it. We have another episode lined up, which will be exchanges and scams.
Yeah. When's that coming up? We have a date for that?
Your next free day.
I mean, I could do Thursdays. I just got to do them a little later, so I don't know how that would work.
What day is today? Is it Wednesday?
Yeah. Yeah. What? Well, it's Wednesday, man.
Oh yeah, well, Wednesday. It's May the 4th. May the 4th be with you, bro.
Yeah.
Star Wars
May
Day.
the forest be with you.
May the forest be with you too. No, I'm just so out of it right now. I stayed up till midnight last night preparing this whole episode and the next episode because I was just in a zone, like for the first time in a long time, where I was being creative and writing, and just my creative juices were flowing. I got my laptop and 2 tablets in front of me, all these wallets, got some lighting behind me going on, some cheap lighting, trying to make this look and be as presentable as possible, be as articulate as possible, bring as much information and knowledge as I can to the space.
I know I was hoping to get home from work early enough, but I had to go grocery shopping because I wanted to kind of I'm definitely in a better space than I was last time because I was literally just sitting on my bed last time because I was still in the process of rearranging my room, but I was like, damn, if I move this over here and do that, I could make it so I have, a little more of a won't say professional, but a little more aesthetic setup. But
Yeah.
let's do this. Let's do a short one tomorrow, later in the night. We'll race some horses and just kind of, I don't know,
Oh yeah,
just
I didn't even
bullshit.
race my
Just
horses. I'll probably make another one after, just for fun. I'll just stay up and just live stream my horse racing,
yeah. Well,
just for fun.
shit. We'll do that. We'll do that tomorrow. A little later. We'll try and shoot for 8. Might be 8:30. It really depends on how my
We'll
live
see.
stream goes, how late that goes. But then
I got friends in
let's
town from
do.
Hawaii too, so
Oh,
I don't know.
nice.
Yeah, so like he's one of my homies that he's here. He's invested in Saitama. He's got in the space. He's got a drip wallet.
Saitama's been rough, man.
Yeah, I know. I just
It's
gotta say it
it's
though. But if we
ship.
did this from the beginning, we wouldn't be working for anybody right now.
No,
We
no.
had the
But
bags, and
let's
we
shoot for Friday. We'll do what, exchanges and scams for the next one.
we'll try to shoot for Friday. If not, I mean, we won't sweat it. We'll keep each other posted, because then I know we're gonna try to go out to Mount Charleston.
Okay.
I want to take my wife out there, and they want to go out there. So I was like, hey, that's a cool drive. I got my stuff in from my drone today. I put in all the new fucking equipment, flew it, and then crashed it, and I got to put on the propellers again.
Oh man.
Yeah, and then my soft shell camper came in, debating on making a video on that. I don't know, because overlanding is so big now. But and my catalytic converter cover came in. I gotta install as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll
So
play it by ear, but like I said, tomorrow I'm down. After, as soon as I get home from work, I could give you a heads up on that when I know. I've been trying to push them like, hey man, we got to end these things 7 o'clock. Like we can't be last Tuesday, yesterday our live stream. I didn't leave the office until 8 o'clock. I was like, dude,
dang,
this isn't. I mean, it's fine. Like I'm probably gonna take a half day Friday because of the extra time I've been putting in. So I'm like, not really a
whatever.
huge.
Yeah,
Like I'm working the same amount of hours regardless of when I work them, what days. But I'm not. I don't want to come in at 9 a.m. and stay there till 8 at night. Like that was
yeah.
just too much. But definitely Friday. I'll like I said, I'll have an early day Friday, so I can definitely mark that.
Okay, maybe that'll
If you
work.
don't
If not,
if you don't go out,
or
I don't
even
really
if
have
I do,
much
I
planned
can
for the
live stream
weekend.
from Mount Charleston.
There you go. We could do a I'll shit. I'll go find some nice place in the park and set up there so we could both live stream from outside. I think that would be fun.
You know, I mean, they might get mad at me for saying, well, we're supposed to be having fun," and I'll be like, "Yeah,
This
but
is fun.
like, try
It's
something
fun for
different."
me.
Yeah, like enjoy yourself, meditate for an hour, go do some push-ups. Like after this, I'm hitting the gym.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
All right, man. Well, you have a wonderful night. It's great talking to you as always. Thank you for joining the stream.
Oh, my
Unfortunately,
pleasure.
Mr. Greenbeard and Dr. Greenbeard and Dr. CHO I have no idea where they're at and they're MIA, because I had a little teaser for them. I'm going to show it to you, though, because I know they're going to watch this video. They made it to the end. Congratulations. But I'm going to be doing another video here unboxing these.
Oh,
This is from
nice.
Ben Baller, Chrome Edition Tops 2021, to see what kind of cards I pull out of it.
Very cool.
Yeah, this is a pretty expensive box right here. But I want to do like a live stream. Maybe I can get Ben Baller on the live stream. I don't know. Maybe we can get the Blue Wizard on the live stream one day after we do Bitcoin Satoshi.
Yeah, that would be a great one to maybe even do a follow-up, just a little more details about
Who knows? Maybe the one
Satoshi,
person watching could be the Blue Wizard.
yeah, that would be, hey, you never know. The way he creeps around.
Somebody's been watching this video the whole time. I don't know who it is.
Well, shout out to
What?
them. I hope we helped you progress in your crypto journey and touch on
Yeah,
some things you weren't aware of and help any way we can. That's what we're here for.
yeah. Help one person, our job's done.
Yeah. Success.
Yeah, I tried reaching out on the chat, anonymous viewer, and just want to thank you very much, for tuning in. This is the ShakaBruh show, and good night.